Welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley, my call sign is Wiz, and woke up this morning to a bizarro world thinking, President Obama's, I'm the coolest guy there ever was speech last night in Chicago's been completely taken out of the news cycle by John McCain, MI6 spies, Donald Trump, what he likes in the privacy of his own bedroom. It's not even close to being substantiated, but BuzzFeed and CNN reported it as news. CNN is now distancing. What a train wreck, man. What an absolute train wreck this morning is. And what does this have to do with the markets? Everything, folks. We're going to see a lot of volatility going forward because we can't, this white noise, you can't separate fact from fiction nowadays. Or we can at TGO. The entire fall, leading up to the election, one of the reasons I was kind of dejected and not necessarily myself was because I knew I was right and everybody else was wrong. I knew the polls were wrong. I knew the media was lying to us, I stuck to my strategic mindset and the strength of my conviction, and we crushed it. And I'm telling you again here, folks, that don't listen to you're done. Stop listening to anything you see on the media unless it's from me or close to Fox News, because everybody else is full of it. The media hasn't gone through a debrief of, oh my God, we completely got this wrong. We are a bunch of shills for the Democrats. They're actually doubling down on it. And apparently somehow Putin hacked our election system and gave Clinton 2.5 million more popular votes. Next time you bump into a liberal who, the Russians stole the election. How? Did they force Hillary to put a server, unsecured server in the bathtub of a place in Colorado or in her basement? Did they force John Podesta's email password to be password? Are you retarded? Liberals, let's talk about trading, because I can't even. But what's sad is all of this impacts the markets, man. So we just did accelerated retirement, put on a bull put spread on Facebook. Nice news last week with a nice Facebook upgrade. Nice news today. Instagram ads are, advertising to Instagram stores. This is one of the reasons I'm long-term bullish on Facebook. And we have a bunch of long-term trades. We have a Jan 19 trade on Facebook that's up $1,600. It's got a long time to run, man, and it's already up $1,600. Let me show you exactly what it is. I didn't put any short calls on because we got Facebook earnings coming up. Or actually, no, I did. Hold on one second. So I'm long 5 of the Jan 19 85 calls and disaster puts at 95. And then I just sold the 127s, but before earnings. I think Facebook's going to go flat. Look at this. This is a triple bottom on Facebook. 1, 2, 3, pop. We got a couple upgrades. We got Instagram good news, and then I think we're going to flatten out going into earnings. So that's why I sold this bear call spread right here, the 128, 129 bear call spread. I just did that in accelerated retirement. If you want to join what we do here at TGO, go to our homepage, topgunoptions.com, and you can take a 2-week test flight into any one of our services. But it's just craziness going on. I don't know where to start. I'm just obviously I'm still a little under the weather, but from 1 minute to the next, trying to keep up with going on with press conferences and tweets, and it is an absolute shitstorm out there. We laughed about this yesterday. We laughed about it. It's like cats. I laughed, I cried. It was better than cats. I'm still laughing about this today. Citi's downgrade of Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs went down at the open yesterday, maybe 1%, and then climbed through the roof. So in yesterday's SITREP, I told you and my members, if you're not a member, you need to be. I said, get back. Look at this. So there's the downgrade on Citi. I love when banks downgrade other banks. And then here's me doing my SITREP saying, if you're not in Goldman Sachs, get in Goldman Sachs. And that's what it did. Okay, Goldman Sachs is a $350 stock in 2017. Period. So I'm still laughing about the Citi downgrade. We'll talk about this tomorrow in our primary live trade brief at 1 p.m. I rescheduled everything because I was horizontal to the earth for Monday and Tuesday, but feeling good now. We're also going to talk about energy in the XLE. Love these headlines. Despite OPEC cuts, Iraq to boost oil exports. Libya ramps up production, threatening OPEC plans. Whoa, wait a minute, Wiz. I thought you reported a month ago OPEC had a deal on production cuts. They did, and I said it wasn't worth the paper it was printed on and to get bearish on oil. So I love trading the XLE. I love trading these headlines of stupidness. We have a deal, And then a week later, the former Saudi oil minister says, yeah, but we tend to cheat on those deals. Seriously? Free trades in there, guys, with stupidity. We talked about the jobs. This is actually old news. I should probably get rid of this. The jobs growth the wages issue was the best thing that I saw out of those jobs report. This gives Janet Yellen enough air cover to maybe keep raising interest rates maybe 4 times this year and on a nice steady schedule. But to be honest with you, I don't think Janet Yellen's going to be around much longer. That's a typical liberal. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump said, I think Yellen's got to go. She's done. Her response, well, I'm appointed to a 10-year term, and I serve at the pleasure of the president, so I'm staying. Did you not hear the dude? First of all, he won. Second of all, he wants you gone, and you're still going to say, so he has to fire you? I'd love to see that. It'll be an apprentice, you're fired. Had a long talk today about the financials and accelerated retirement on how they still have room to run. They are not overextended. The reason that some people are like, oh, Wiz, you're way over your ski tips in the financials is they haven't, the street really hasn't reset their their valuations of these financials. Of course, Goldman Sachs looks highly valued until you put in less regulations. The fact that Goldman Sachs has 3 dudes either in the cabinet or Steve Mnuchin, who I've met at a dinner, you got Goldman dudes in the damn administration. Goldman has so much room to run, it's not even funny. And some of our members are up $45,000, $50,000 with 5 contracts with the September trade. I'm up over 11 grand in a 1-month trade on Goldman Sachs with 5 contracts. This thing has room to run, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow. Why? You got to be careful, though, with single stocks, man, because you're a tweet away from being broke. Was it today? He sent out one. I can't even keep up with biotechs. He was slamming biotechs, and the sector pulls back 5%. One of the sectors and countries I'm getting back into after an initial Trump shots across the bow, China. I told us to get out of FXI a month ago. It imploded. Now I'm thinking the initial shots across the bow. We've established our fighting positions. Trump, China. There'll be a furball in the middle. Something will come out of it that's not awful. Defense firms, same thing. He shot at Boeing 740, at Air Force One and Lockheed with the F-35. The fact that Donald Trump even knows what an F-18 is brings a tear to my eye. That's great. So I think the initial slug at the defense firms, they pulled back and said, oh, geez, yeah, maybe we can cut some costs because we inflated the price so much. That's a beer we can talk about. But look at this. Defense firms cash in amid soaring demand for munitions. So don't forget, that's a JDAM. I've dropped a couple of these in my lifetime, and these are live ones. You see the brown on the nose? If it's blue, it's a training JDAM. That's live ordnance. When Trump says he wants to build a 350 ship Navy, he sounds like Secretary Lehman and Reagan. Hey, I want a 600 ship Navy. This is good. We're going to get back into the defense sector. Like I said, Trump fired a couple initial shots, imploded China, imploded defense firms. Now, on these pullbacks, it's time to get long, okay? Like I said, if you're not a member and you're watching this video for the first time or my daily SITREP, you need to become a member. Here's the AR session I just did. There's the Facebook bull put spread, risking $5,000 to make $1,800. Good risk to reward. We did some JP Morgan adjustments. Our JP Morgan trades are crushing it in AR. What's your definition of crushing it, Wiz? Well, I'll show you. Our Goldman Sachs positions are doing better. Look at this, JP Morgan open. This trade is at the Jan 18. It's up $17,500. 10 contracts. This one's at the Jan 19 I put on a month ago or a couple weeks ago. Or no, this was last week. It's flat. This trade, if JP Morgan does what I think it does, we closed out in mid-December a year-and-a-half trade on JP Morgan for $35,000 profit. That averaged $2,300 a month. So if this is the first time seeing a video from, and who's this whiz guy, go to our homepage. Try our accelerated retirement over here. I got ski slope stuff here. Try our primary live trade brief and weekly options, and try our weekly options over here in advance and see what we're doing here. I have a bull put spread on the S&P 500. I think it's a 22. I got to go take a look at that one through Friday. That thing could make $2,000 in a week. It was up $900. I placed it Monday. It was up $900 in a day. 42%. And you can watch Tuesday's SITREP. And I said, hey, if you like $900 in a day, 42% gain, close that trade and get out of it. And I know I saw a lot of people's some email traffic saying, hey, thanks for the nearly $1,000 gain in a day. So I'm glad a lot of those folks took that profit. All right. Time for me to self-medicate, read the news, and laugh. I'll be back with tomorrow's market SITREP, and hopefully I'm a little better. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Get long vol through the inauguration. You heard it here first.